Good morning. My name is Jen Koperdak, and I'm a senior project manager for CHN Housing Partners, working in the real estate development department. And this is a big day, but especially for me, this is the project I've been working on for quite a long time. I kind of make a corny joke. So I've had 2 babies while I've been working on this project, just to give you some idea of how long this has been. And it's an honor to be representing CHN here today. Our CEO, Kevin Nowak, had a family emergency this morning, and he wishes he could be here. So as most of you know, CHN Housing Partners is a 43-year-old nonprofit service provider, lender, and developer of affordable housing, including the Arch at St. Michael. I want to take a moment to acknowledge a few people, some here, some who couldn't be here. Deputy Regional Administrator Jim Cunningham and his colleagues at the U.S. Housing and Urban Development Department for joining us today and for their support. Mayor Bibb and the amazing people at the City of Cleveland, including Director Hernandez, who's here today, and for her whole team and all their hard work on this. But I especially want to thank Tony Bango, who has been on this project for 3 years. If you don't know Tony, you should know Tony. He's awesome. Council members Jasmine Santana and Anthony Hairston, who unfortunately couldn't be here today, but they've definitely championed this adaptive reuse of St. Michael. Cuyahoga County Executive Chris Ronayne and Sarah Parks Jackson, for their support of this and so many other developments. And last but not least, Dennis Roberts and our friends at the Cuyahoga Land Bank for their innovation, commitment, and partnership. I'd be remiss if I did not specifically mention Cuyahoga County Land Bank founder and president, Gus Frangos, a dedicated and innovative leader who has left a huge legacy in the affordable housing space as well as our Cleveland community. Gus passed away on August 10th and was an instrumental part of making this project possible. We will miss him dearly, and we invite everyone to join our CHN family in holding his friends, family, and colleagues at the Land Bank in your prayers. So it is the Arch at St. Michael. It's a $23 million development. It's an adaptive reuse and green project of the former St. Michael School and Convent. It's comprised of 46 single-bedroom units of affordable housing for low-income seniors in Cleveland. The funders who made this possible are HUD, through a HUD 202 award and community development block grants, the Ohio Housing Financing Agency through 9% tax credits, the City of Cleveland with Home ARP and CDBG funds, Cuyahoga County Home Dollars, the Ohio Department of Development for state historic tax credits, the National Park Service through federal historic tax credits, the Ohio Capital Corporation for Housing, and Key Bank. So that's a lot. It's taken a while. I also want to acknowledge the architect, Heidi DeFrancisco and Siebold, specifically Brian Grambort, who's here. Lots of late night texts and emails and questions about this project. I'll still be bothering you for the next 17 months, don't worry. And our general contractor, John G. Johnson Construction. This development is really innovative. Together, we're providing the community seniors with affordable, safe housing and saving a community landmark at the same time. And this would not be possible without the funding of the Community Development Block Grant Program. Here in Cleveland, we continue to see an overwhelming need for affordable housing, especially for underrepresented and traditionally underserved communities, such as our seniors. We have seen many in our community seniors become increasingly cost burdened as the cost of living increases while their incomes do not. No one should have to choose between staying in their community and having safe and affordable housing. But this is a choice for far too many Clevelanders and seniors. This development is a huge step in the right direction to a city where our seniors can age within their communities with their friends and family. Developments like this one will change lives, and that is exactly the purpose of the CDBG program, to change lives through housing and economic opportunities. At this time, I'd like to invite Director Hernandez, who runs the Cleveland's Community Development Department, to the podium.
It's a beautiful day. I'm so glad that we scheduled for this morning at this time. It's a true honor to stand before you today as we celebrate a significant milestone, the 50th anniversary of Community Development Block Grant, or CDBG, and its profound impact on our communities here in Cleveland and across the nation. As the Director of Community Development for the City of Cleveland, I have had the privilege of witnessing firsthand the transformative power of these grants, which have been the cornerstone of community development and revitalization for half a century. Since its inception in 1974, the CDBG program under the Department of Housing and Urban Development has been a vital tool in our collective efforts to improve the quality of life for millions of Americans. It was born out of a vision for a stronger, more equitable nation, one where every city, regardless of size or wealth, would have the resources to address the pressing needs of its most vulnerable residents. For Cleveland, we strive for this vision to become a reality every single day, year after year. Thanks to the unwavering support of HUD and the dedicated individuals who have worked tirelessly to administer these funds. The history of CDBG is a testament to what can be achieved when we prioritize community-driven solutions. One shining example of HUD's impact here in Cleveland is this building behind us, the Arch at St. Michael's project. This incredible development involved a conversion of a former Catholic high school and convent into 46 units of affordable housing for seniors. The building, with its rare Gothic-style architecture, is a piece of Cleveland's history that we are proud to see preserved. However, as you've heard alluded to this morning, this was not an easy project. The architectural complexities of such a structure made it particularly challenging to develop. Yet it was precisely the support from HUD through CDBG funding and all of those other sources that were mentioned earlier, including LIHTC, and of course the hard work by many, many partners who are here with us today, led by the Cleveland Housing Network, that has made this possible. The success of this project is also a testament to the power of strategic partnerships. This project was one of only 3 awarded through the state's site-focused Strategic FAC 50 program. Our collaboration with the Cuyahoga County Land Reutilization Corporation, with the county as well, ensure a land ownership structure that will maintain sustainable, affordable housing for decades to come for these seniors. The county's contribution of $450,000, coupled with nearly $3 million in CDBG and home ARP funds from the city of Cleveland, exemplifies what we can achieve when we work together towards a common goal. This investment for the Arch at St. Michael's and so many other projects across our city and this nation would not be possible without HUD's continued investment. It's these kinds of projects that demonstrate the lasting impact of CDBG funding, preserving our history while we build our future. I want to extend my deepest gratitude to HUD, our representatives who are here today, the representatives we work with most closely, Matthew Lamontia, Jordan Fraze. I want to thank the council and our administration, the BIB administration. They're having a lot of fun in the city that I'm from, Chicago, right now, and so we'll let them do that work, but we're happy to represent them here today. Last but not least, I would really like to take the opportunity to thank those members of our staff. Tony Bango was mentioned here today. I'm actually going to ask that Tony stands up so that we could recognize his hard work. Tony Bango has been with this project from the beginning and has seen at least 2, you've gotten 2 promotions since that point, right? Something like that. Yeah, you're welcome. We thank you so much and recognize the hard work that you and your staff do on a daily basis. With that, could not be any prouder to stand here before you all today. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Hernandez. Our next speaker is Sarah Parks Jackson. She's the Director of Housing and Community Development for Cuyahoga County.
Good morning. I'm feeling a little nostalgic because I had friends that went to the school. As a little Baptist kid going to Catholic school all those years and then went to a Catholic college, I looked at the statues and things start stirring up inside. But good morning, and I bring you greetings and congratulations from County Executive Chris Ronayne and County Councilwoman Yvonne Conwell, and just like the mayor, they are in Chicago doing what they do. I am proud to be here with you today to celebrate the groundbreaking of the Arch at St. Michael's. I believe it was in 2021 that we first reviewed an application for this project. And a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, but here we are today, ready to do an outstanding renovation of this historic structure. So I'm very happy that the county was able to participate with our friends at the City of Cleveland and our friends at CHN to make this happen. As we celebrate this momentous event, we also celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Community Development Block Grant Program. Cuyahoga County, along with the City of Cleveland and 5 other cities within Cuyahoga County, receive a much appreciated and necessary allocation of these CDBG funds. The county uses these funds to support the 51 communities we serve. In the past few years, we have received and provided over $40 million in CDBG funding, allowing us to make repairs to roads and streets, making community and senior centers ADA compliant, and providing citizens with countless hours of financial counseling and foreclosure prevention. While block grants continue to be the cornerstone for the funding of many projects, they are but one of the tools that we use to build up our communities. We will continue to seek out and utilize other financial opportunities to add to and strengthen our neighborhoods, and to continue to partner with the city and funders and the nonprofits to make an impact in Cuyahoga County communities. I stand here before you today grateful to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development for not only providing the funding, but providing us with outstanding support as we continue our work to have a positive impact on the families and communities we all serve. Thank you.
The next speaker is Dennis Roberts, the Director of Real Estate from the Cuyahoga County Land Bank.
Good morning. As was mentioned, my name is Dennis Roberts. I'm the Director of Real Estate Development for the Cuyahoga Land Bank. I am honored to be here to join you in this 50-year celebration of CDBG and the Arch at St. Michael's. As was mentioned earlier, I come here with a heavy heart. Our president, founder, and visionary at the Cuyahoga Land Bank, Gus Frangos, passed suddenly last week. Gus's impact on me, the community development ecosystem, and the land banking industry in general in the state of Ohio and the nation is simply immeasurable. Founded in 2009, the Land Bank, a quasi-governmental entity, its mission is to strategically acquire properties and then put those properties back into productive use. That typically manifests itself in 3 ways. First, in the form of demolition, which is typically a prerequisite or predicate to future development. Secondly, with regard to building and strengthening local real estate markets, i.e. building or renovating homes. And then thirdly, supporting the creation of affordable housing either directly or through working with our partners like we are doing in this case. Over the last 10 years or so, the Land Bank has acquired over 14,000 properties. Of those 14,000 properties, about 10,000 have been demolished. Another 3,000 have been repurposed in the form of some type of housing, whether it's new construction or renovations. This type of production obviously does not occur in a vacuum in this community and does not occur without strong partners. And it's one of the reasons that I want to publicly thank CHN Partners, the City of Cleveland, Cuyahoga County, and HUD. Because over the years, over the last 10 years, in various forms, we have created and been able to maintain strong partnerships with each of those entities. Speaking of partners, CHN is a particularly strong partner for us. In this particular case, the land bank's role was essentially we purchased the property and did a triple net sale lease back to CHN. Essentially what we have done, because of the quasi-governmental nature and the land bank's unique ability to hold property tax exempt, we've taken that cost savings and we've passed it on to CHN, which has allowed them to preserve the affordability of this project. That's the whole point. And this is, to me, a shining example of what government and nonprofits can do when they work together and maximize what they're both good at. How fitting it is this last week, the passing of Gus Frangos. In a lot of ways, as you might expect in a small organization, we're doing a lot of gut-wrenching introspection. And how do you deal with it? What do you say to people? And the thing that I've come to in the end is we just got to continue to do the work. And I'm actually particularly proud to be here because this is what Gus would want us to do. Continue to move forward to create affordable housing. So again, I'd like to thank HUD, City of Cleveland, the county, and CHN for not only inviting us to be a part of this celebration, but continue to be good, strong partners to help the many residents of Cuyahoga County. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Jim Cunningham. He's the Deputy Regional Administrator for HUD Region 5.
Good morning, everyone. Again, as Jennifer said, I am Jim Cunningham. I'm the Deputy Regional Administrator for the Great Lakes Region, or Region 5, out of Chicago. I left Chicago to do what I do, and that's celebrate CDBG. So on behalf of the Biden-Harris administration and our Acting Secretary Adrian Taubman, it is a pleasure to be here today. I know that they've already been recognized, but I do want to recognize our staff, the CPD Regional Director, Matt Lamantia, Jeff Idem, our Program Manager, Jordan Fraze, and CPD Rep, because they're the ones that make it happen. And look what you can become if you were a former CPD Rep. You could become a Deputy Regional Administrator. And also Chase Murphy from our Cleveland office, our Field Office Director, Kevin Laviano, is out with his wife, is where he should be. So thanks for being here. It's a pleasure to be here to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Community Development Block Grant Program. 50 years ago, today, the President signed the Housing and Community Development Act of 1974 that created many other programs, but most significantly, as far as I'm concerned, the Community Development Block Grant Program. It does have actually personal meaning to me because CDBG is the reason I came to HUD. I was a presidential management intern. I was trying to get into local government because I know that's where it happens. My grandfather was a mayor, my mom was a city clerk, so I wanted it, but they weren't hiring. And so when I looked at federal jobs, I said I wanted to do something with local government, and then I saw the CDBG program. So that was 33 years ago, a couple months ago. So I've been with HUD for 33 years, and CDBG has been a part of my life, my work, my passion for a long time. But I got to go in with the architects of the CDBG program, Don Patch and Jim Broman, that taught me about why CDBG is so important. And if you don't know the history of CDBG, communities used to have to apply categorically, competitively for a numerous amount of grants. And they were very specific. So basically the federal government was telling communities what to do. It just doesn't work. So we block granted it, and it wasn't certain you're gonna win either. You could put a whole bunch of time into a grant proposal and you might not get it. You might go for an open space grant to improve a park. You might not get it. What CDBG did is it block granted those and gave you communities a menu of options with certain parameters. You have to help low and moderate income people, you have to eliminate slum and blight, or you have to meet a particular urgent need. pretty broad-based, but you get to choose what you want to do, what the community's priorities are, what the community's needs are. CDBG did that, and it's done that for 50 years. Many of you may not know this, but I was the rep for Cuyahoga County at one point in time. So I came and I monitored you, did your GPRs at the time. No one remembers those, but also your consolidated plans. I was on a team that worked with the city of Cleveland. I helped actually approve a Section 108 loan in Ohio City for a parking lot. Seems that was in the 1990s. Seems like the investment, the seed money that CDBG did helped community revitalization. So that's what we do. And I also worked to promote CHN. We worked, they did a lot of work with our CDBG money, and I just love this model. Whenever anyone asks how to do something, I always point to CHN. This is from 25 years ago because they support neighborhood-based community development corporations. They take out they give them the ability and the capacity to do that, because working with the federal government, it's not easy. Let me tell you, it's not always easy. So they help get people through that so that the funding can go to projects that are community-based and community-oriented, just like what we're seeing right behind us today. So it is my pleasure to celebrate CDBG 50. Like I said, it's personal. And the one thing I forgot to say is I got a lesson from Jim Broman. It says, this is how you say it. You do not say CDBG. It's pronounced CDBG. So everyone say it. Say it with me. It's CDBG. Come on, let me hear you. CDBG. So let's celebrate. One of the things I do want to do, let me check my notes to make sure I didn't forget anything, but I don't think I did. I can't read it anyway. So you can tell that my passion for the Community Development Block Grant is real. It is a fantastic program. It helps create jobs. It helps build new housing. It helps preserve existing housing. It provides services for seniors, for people with disabilities. It's the best program, and we got to make sure, we got to keep fighting for it. The investments, I know there is one thing that I forgot to say. I was looking at what we've invested in CDBG in this community over the last 10 years between the city and the county, and that doesn't include the other entitlements. It's almost $250 million of CDBG and over $1.5 billion in the state of Ohio. These are real investments that leverage other dollars. CDBG is the flexible tool that can be used as match. No other federal program that I know of can be used as match for other things, and it leverages so much money and makes communities great. So it's my pleasure to be here to celebrate with you, to show what CDBG can and has done in the past, and we look forward to seeing people actually living here and having a quality of life in this neighborhood. So thank you all. One of the last things I want to do is I want to call Alyssa and Sarah up here, and Matt. Just a token of dealing with the federal government for 50 years is not easy, so we want to give, are we doing this certificate? A token of our appreciation to Cuyahoga County. Thank you. Make sure we're doing it the right way. And the City of Cleveland, as well as a certificate to the City of Cleveland recognizing 50 years of participation in the Community Development Block Grant Program. Awesome. Congratulations, and thank you for your partnership. All right, this is for you.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you for celebrating CDBG.
I'll be sure to say it correctly for the rest of my life now. CDBG. So it's truly an honor to stand with you all who helped make the Arch at St. Michael a reality. Thank you to each and every one of our funders, partners, and community members who are making this and so much of our work possible. Before we leave, I have to acknowledge the team at CHN. that has worked to make this a reality. Mark Whipke, Andrew Bailey, Robin Holmes, Jennifer Chandler, Sarah Hammer, James Bowie, and Bill Jackson, all past and present CHN real estate development department members for keeping me sane the last 3 years. They really are the best in the business, and I'm proud to call them my colleagues. So we look forward to the ribbon cutting. And one last thing, sorry, a huge thank you to Father Mark Riley of St. Michael Parish for hosting us this morning. So thank you. Oh, there he is. Thanks again.